Welcome to Faith and Freedom. For the next few minutes, we hope to inform, inspire, and encourage you as we discuss the legal victories and challenges to your fundamental freedoms and religious liberties. Faith and Freedom comes to you from Liberty Counsel, a civil liberties education and legal defense organization. Join us now as Matt Staver, the President and General Counsel of Liberty Counsel, explains the latest legal issues all across this country in the courtrooms of America. Liberty Counsel is winning the battle for your constitutional freedoms.
A pro-homosexual agenda in California schools. Is this a sign of things to come? It is if we don't resist. Hi, I'm Matt Staver, founder and chairman of Liberty Counsel and dean of Liberty University School of Law. Joining me is Shawn Akers, dean of the Helms School of Government at Liberty University and public policy analyst for Liberty Counsel. Shawn, this is a situation in Viejo, California, where children will be required to watch a pro-homosexual propaganda video, whether they like it or not, forced by the ACLU to provide mandatory diversity training to students and faculty. The Viejo Unified School District is now showing all students an anti-bullying film. Now, you wouldn't be opposed to an anti-bullying film. Nobody wants to bully. But the problem is this is affirming a homosexuality in this video, and it is a pro-homosexuality propaganda film, and the students cannot be opted out of seeing this film.
You know, Matt, this is one of those places where we can look at both Rahm Emanuel and Saul Alinsky and see the logic behind what Rahm Emanuel said in letting no crisis go to waste. We have had in the media stories of folks that were mistreated in school. As you and I both know, the fact that there's bullying in schools is something that's been around probably since the beginning of time. This is it's not something that anybody would hope would exist, but it does occasionally on a variety of issues. Kids pick on each other about things. What we see here, though, is a move by the homosexual lobby in California to capitalize on that in a very grotesque way. What they've done, they understand what we all should understand, is that the children are the key to the future. And when you get them at these very formative times and you shape their ideas of what is normal and what is good and what is right and what's expected, then you're shaping the next generation. And that's what this fight is over. They use the moniker of bullying to now excuse school boards into forcing our children, if you live in California, forcing your children to watch this, whether you like it or not, and whether you've even been told about it or not.
Well, this school superintendent, Floyd Ganella, told the local TV station that we feel this is an area we don't have to give prior notification. In other words, they can do this and they don't have to tell the parents at all what they're doing. Now, in California, they actually have included in their state laws sexual orientation as a protected category. It includes race, religion, ethnicity, national origin, gender, disability, and sexual orientation. But these videos are only covering a couple of those 6 categories. 2 of the films produced by GroundSpark is That's a Family and Straight Laced, and they are pro-homosexual propaganda films. The parents are protesting. In this particular case, one of the films is about race, but it depicts African Americans as essentially being drug addicts with broken families and inarticulate. So it doesn't even depict them in a very flattering light. But the homosexuality depicts them in a very positive, flattering, that's a family, oh, you've got this family, and Sue has this family, and here's another family, and we're all just a big family. So it's no different to have 2 moms or 2 dads, and there's no consequences to homosexuality at all. So it's really a pro-homosexuality film, and it was spurred on by the ACLU. All this began because the ACLU claimed a homosexual student was bullied, and they threatened a lawsuit against the school district. The school district ended up resolving it by paying $25,000 to the student who was allegedly bullied, and then agreed with the ACLU to provide a mandatory diversity training program to faculty and students. And then the ACLU provided, that says, 6 or 7 options of acceptable curricula. And the school board selected GroundSpark. So the curricula was actually presented to them by the ACLU, and obviously the several alternatives were all pro-homosexual and pro-liberal in the ACLU's agenda. And so the school selected one. Basically, we're forced to do this. Now, the school, however, could do the right thing and allow an opt-out at a minimum, and they won't do that either.
Well, no, and that's the interesting thing about this, Matt, is that you're looking at a real piece of cat and mouse sleight of hand here, because California law allows for parents to opt out of sex education topics. What they've done here is put this under the guise of anti-bullying, so they're saying that this does not constitute sex education, and if it doesn't constitute sex education, there's no provision in California law for the opt-out. So what you're really doing is doing through the back door what you're not allowed to do through the front door.
That's right. So the problem with this is the so-called bullying will be used by homosexual organizations and groups like the ACLU to force homosexual training. Now, no one is in favor of bullying. You shouldn't bully somebody because they're black or white, they're male or female, they're tall or short, or they're fat or skinny. I mean, you shouldn't bully somebody. That's wrong. Nobody condones bullying. But there's a way to talk about bullying and respect without promoting a homosexual agenda. And that's exactly what is happening in this case. These bullying laws that are coming forth, and we've been opposed to them and successfully stopped the bullying law in Florida because the way it was drafted is it would have been a sexual reorientation, homosexual agenda propaganda. And that's exactly what we see happening in California. If we are not vigilant to protect liberties and maintain common sense, this is exactly what's going to happen in our public schools. All of our students will be forced to watch and have their minds bent towards homosexuality.
You know, Matt, this is one of those sleight of hands that takes us away from the real issue. One, it's a perversion of the bullying topic. It's just using it to accomplish somebody else's liberal ends. But two, there's a deeper, more fundamental question here. And that's quite simply is the underlying presumption is that, at least in California schools know better than California parents how to shape the ideas of California's children, that the state knows better than the parents, and that the state has the right to raise children the way it sees fit rather than allowing parents to raise children the way that they see fit. That is something entirely foreign to the whole American idea of liberty.
Well, it is. And in fact, when you had schools historically, when they were in their earlier origin periods, and up until recently, they felt that they were in the place of the parent, and so that they were going to respect the parent's wishes. They were not going to be an adversary to the parent. They were being stepping in temporarily for the parent while they're there. But that operates under the authority and the direction and the will of the parent. Now what's happening, particularly in California, are the schools are against the parents, and they can do whatever they want to without notifying the parents. Not only not notifying the parents, but once they hear what the parents want, they can do exactly the opposite and forget the parents' wishes, and that's what the school is doing here. And that then puts the schools on a collision course with parents and the morality and values that parents inculcate in their children.
It does, and it flips our idea of constitutional democracy on its head. You and I have talked about Frederick Bastiat in the past, and the fact that the very simple line is that God created man. Man got together and wrote out a constitution that said, government, you can only go this far, but we're going to let you do just those things that we need you to get together and do. And that way that government is a creation of man, and man is a creation of God. When you turn it on its head like this, you've literally got the government saying that you all belong to us. Your children are ours, and that you have what rights we give you. And if we tell you, California citizens, that your students have to do this, and that we're not even going to tell you, parents, when we're going to indoctrinate your children to believe in a pro-homosexual way, This is literally a declaration by the state that we are creatures of the state and belong to the state.
Well, give us a call at Liberty Counsel at 1-800-671-1776 for more information about the rights of parents and teachers and students in public school. We have information that's available for you. You can go to our website at lc.org and get that information as well. And also at the time of the year in December, we have some resources that are available. One is the book Original Intent by David Barton. Another is the New England Primer, and that is a book that is a reprint from an early American edition, what was taught in our public schools. And then my book called Same-Sex Marriage, Putting Every Household at Risk. Those and other resources are available to give as gifts this Christmas, so go to our website at lc.org. And remember Liberty Counsel at the end of the year for your year-end giving. lc.org is the place to go.
You have been listening to Matt Staver of Liberty Counsel. Our hope is to encourage and inspire you to stand up for your faith, family, and freedoms. We can accomplish a lot when we work together. Get informed and get involved today. Sign up for our free monthly newsletter, The Liberator. We will send it out to you free of charge. Stay informed with our Liberty Alert email update. Just click on the website at www.lc.org or call us at 1-800-671-1776. Tune in next time to learn more about your rights right here on Faith and Freedom.